syndrome training, I was really worried because I did not know what to expect. I was also really scared because I did not know anyone. At that time, my syndrome had asked me if I wanted to become a syndrome, and I wasn't sure about whether I wanted to become one or not. I was so unsure of myself because I was and still am scared that I will not know how to feed the word to my Sunan or even talk to her normally. Because of my shy personality, I strayed away from wanting to become a Sunjang even though I really wanted a Sunam. I really wanted to fulfill God's great commission of going out and making disciples, but because of my shyness and my worry that I will not become a good enough Sunjang, I hesitated. Even though I wasn't sure, I still wanted to attend YB Sunjang training because I thought to myself if one day I really wanted to become a Sunjang, then I would have experience. And so I attended YB Sunjang training every week, expecting to learn a lot, and I did. I loved going to YB Sunjang training. I thought it was really fun just getting to learn more about how God continually wants us in our lives, but we need to continually read the Word, pray, have quiet time, etc. Going to YB Sunjang training every week, I have always expected to learn something that I've never learned before, and I did. Each week I learned so much. For example, I learned that in order to have this fellowship with God, I need to practice spiritual breathing a few times a day, talk to God through prayer, and read His Word daily. Although sometimes there were lessons that were taught that I learned before, I still enjoyed reviewing them. After a few training sessions, I had to go witnessing with Esther. When I heard that we had to witness to the students on campus, I was so scared again. I was thinking to myself again, if I'm scared of becoming a Sunjang, then what makes witnessing any better? I keep thinking to myself that I cannot do this, and I'm going to dread witnessing every week. My first witnessing experience was frightening, but I was happy that I succeeded. When I started reading the 4 Spiritual Laws book, I was asking God for bravery and strength so that He can speak through me to the person that I was witnessing to. It was such a blessing just really being able to witness and talk about a miraculous God. Although my voice was shaky and I was at times stuttering, I knew that God was with me at that very moment I was speaking, continually giving me courage and bravery. I'm still nervous and scared now after many experiences of witnessing, but I know God will be there with me every time I witness, constantly helping me. I learned that no matter how many times I have been rejected, I will never get angry or mad because I know this is not about me, but it is about these people on campus. They need the Lord, and as a disciple of God, I want to help these people know God. Witnessing was the biggest obstacle for me when it came to YB Sunjang training because it really made me feel uncomfortable and scared about how people would think of me. And I know this is really not about me. Although I liked YB Sunjang training, it was really hard juggling school and YB Sunjang training at the same time. Sometimes I would have essays due the next day, but I still went to training because it was important to me, and I did not even want to miss even once for training. But sometimes I had to miss it because I really needed those hours that I would usually spend at training to either study or finish my essays. Some days I would have to either choose between going to training or staying at my dorm to study or do homework. The requirements for YB Sunjang training was reasonable, but for some reason, or for some of the requirements, it was very hard for me to fulfill. One requirement that was really hard for me was morning prayer because it was really hard to wake up when I usually stay up pretty late to do my schoolwork. The times I went to morning prayer were usually when I did an all-nighter. But every time I go to morning prayer and then they're singing, reading the Word, or praying for some odd reason, I'm not tired at all. It is so miraculous because since I usually do an all-nighter, I would think that I'm too tired to even pray, talk, or even sing. But for some reason, I felt wide awake during morning prayer meetings. Morning prayer really made me feel happy and good because I get to start off my day with God and throughout the day, God will always be in my mind. I really like morning prayer because besides the fact that I get really tired and exhausted later on in the day. Overall, my experience and thoughts about YBSJ training are all positive. I really love it and I really learned a lot. In the beginning, I thought training was going to be frightening, but it is not scary at all. I really love YBSJ training. I made a lot of my freshman friends and even upperclassmen and have gotten closer to them through training. It was a great experience and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Thank you.